morning, everybody. This video is going to talk about, in my opinion, how I feel that this epidemic is going to affect us truck drivers. I also just want to talk about how don't live your life, in fear with everything going on. Your life in faith, so that way you won't just overly panic, or you won't just be super stressed out, or just not living life the way you can. Things could possibly smooth itself over. So as far as how is it affecting the trucking industry, so far where I work at, freight has ramped to the sky. Because we're out to deliver things that people need. Like, y'all need the tissue, y'all need food, y'all need hygiene, y'all need cleaning supplies, like all the domestic stuff that people would buy for their everyday use. We deliver at Family Dollar, and people that work at Dollar General, Walmart, supermarkets, all those people that do those type of jobs as far as in trucking, we have to still be out here trying to talk about shutting down truck stops. And they have shut down a few truck stops, but they had to reopen them, because if trucks can't get fuel, then trucks have to shut down. If you really think about it and have common sense on it, if all trucks stop running, America will cripple. You know how much, if a truck driver didn't do his job, how much we would not have, from things like your shirts to things that you eat, to telephone poles, to housing equipment to build buildings, everything that we touch, even down to cars, everything that is a commodity, a truck driver had to deliver it. They actually make to where they shut down trucking, period. We're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble. That's why I don't believe that will happen. It will be some restrictions on it, but I don't think it will be to where it be 100% shut down, because that seems really impossible. A whole week of a truck shutdown could cause a real big ripple effect. And if you're talking about shutting down the trucking industry for 2 weeks, things is going to really hit the fan, where things are going to get back up. I believe they're going to pick and choose which trucking companies is really viable to what they're needing. But then again, all of it's viable, because like I said, they need things to keep buildings going. They need things for food. Like, I believe the food industry out of everything is going to be the major one that's going to get the most work, because now we have to get food in to keep people fed, and we have to get products in to keep people fed. So between dry van and reefer, their freight is probably going to skyrocket, which is already doing at where I work at. And actually, man, stuff done ramped up so much. At my job, we have 17 openings needed. We need 17 drivers to be able to keep up with this demand of freight that's coming in. So if anybody looking for a job, call Epps and tell them you want to get on a Family Dollar account so that you can help us get through some of this pandemic. Steven Transport just sent me something saying that they got an influx of freight that they need to do to help with the epidemic. They need over 100,000 drivers. They getting 100,000 trucks on their fleet to try to help with this impact, and they need 100,000 drivers to fill those seats. And some of these companies are ramping up, because some of these companies are really trying to help out with the needs of the people that we're going to have to come together. And it's like, truck drivers get so much disrespect, when I don't understand how we can get the disrespect, because without us, you don't have your general needs, whether it's, like I said, food, clothes, cars, telephone poles, housing equipment, all that stuff. Like you know how you got student loans, and part of the forgiveness program is if you worked in the human service field, the public service field, like the teacher, doctor, I don't know if it's lawyer, but anything dealing with the public social worker, you can get your loan forgiven. I think it's within like 10 years or so. But truck drivers should fall into that too, because we definitely deal with the public. We should be on the top list as far as good paying jobs, like you would think. But we're not in the top professional, good paying jobs. Like, we're so looked down on, so disrespected, that is sad. But without us, y'all would not survive. Without a truck driver, y'all would not survive. But we get disrespected and looked down on. Now, as far as fear and trying to be calm, there's a lot of atheists out here. I know that, and I see that in my comment section, just reading some of you guys that say, well, the Bible might not be real. Well, I don't even believe in God, so I mean, I like your channel and everything, but I don't believe in God, so you can go ahead with that. I'm like, every every knee shall bow. You might not bow now, but when he show his face and make his second coming back, every knee shall bow. So you can believe today, or you don't gotta believe at all, but somebody will believe eventually. You need to walk on his faith and on his word, and instead of putting all your focus on watching social media all day long, you need to try to put your focus on reading the word. That's for people that do believe. I can't change an atheist into a believer, and I'm not even trying to, but I'm talking to my like-minded people that know of God and know his presence and know that he is real. Put your focus on his word. Put your focus on the comfort that what he say, he's not a lying God. God can't lie. So if he gave a covenant and he gave a truth, you can bank on that he's going to come through. Now, there are a lot of truth in Revelations to where everything that's going on today is definitely in that book. So it's kind of scary because he don't lie. You know that a lot of stuff in that book is about to come to pass. And the stuff of rumors of war, children going against parents, parents going against children, a lot of murder, a lot of sex immortality. We got a lot of plagues. If you see a lot of plagues going on somewhere, that's because sin has been so abundant that God is getting sick of it, and that's his way to try to get rid of and restart humanity. God done erased so many people that he had to start, like he did with the Noah's Ark. He did it, what is it? I think in Genesis, yeah, that was Noah's Ark. And then he did it with the flood, and he did it with the fire. I mean, people has become so evil and so inhumane that something has to give. It really does have to give. But like I said, if you really meditate on his word instead of on the news all day, then that can kind of help you curb some of the fear that you have. Because my thing is, if you're spiritually inclined, there's nothing that can really steal your joy, because the worst thing that can happen in your life is death. Bad thing about it, you're going to die anyway. Everybody has that in common. Every human being has death in common. We might not die. Who knows when you're going to die? But we might not die now, but over time, we're going to die. I mean, I know nobody wants to go before you're supposed to go, but it's going to happen. The more you can stop being afraid of death, the more you can live your life in freedom, because you're not scared of death anyway. The only hard part about it is if you have babies or you have children, or it's just you might not care if you die, but you would probably hate to see if a loved one of yours die. That'll probably be the hardest part of dealing with death. But then you just have to realize that that's part of life. And regardless of the fact you're going to die, and the people that you care about, eventually you're going to lose them one of these days too. I mean, it's sad that I have to say it like that, but that's true. That's really a true saying, that everybody's going to die one of these days. You can't let that scare you, because in death, you don't die. Energy don't die. It just goes to somewhere else. You cannot kill energy. Energy doesn't die. It just go into another form of energy. So that's why you need to try to do your part on this earth to, believe in God, worship him, do people right, do good deeds, don't live so immoral. Don't try your best to just be in forgiveness. If you mess up, ask for forgiveness. Don't do it again. Try to live your life on a straight and narrow instead of living on the evil path of hurting people, doing people wrong. Because if you think about it, we are all interconnected. We are all interconnected to where we are here on this earth to build each other up. That's our purpose. Our purpose is not to get rich. Our purpose is not to be self-centered and be selfish. Our purpose is to do something for a fellow mankind brother and to build him up until we pass on. And that's how the cycle keeps going. Everybody's supposed to help each other, build each other up, so that the next generation can be good and good and good. Things got so selfish that's just impossible nowadays. Most people are so selfish, self-centered, that they're not worried about themselves. At the end of the day, guys, you have to be strong-willed, strong-minded, and the more you learn the truth, when there's so many truths that you can pick up and learn, that can kind of help you to get through such a hard time. I just feel like, in my personal opinion, get in your word. Get spiritually inclined. Stop trying to trust in the man. Stop trying to trust in humanity. Stop even trusting in yourself. If you really look at it and be surprised, the more trust you put in yourself, you know how many times you done got yourself wrong? We got ourselves wrong in so many ways. That's why I don't think it's worth it to put trust in yourself. You got to get spiritual now. This is a spiritual warfare. This is a fight for your mind. This is a fight for your soul. This is a fight for your consciousness and subconsciousness. Anybody that reads up on this stuff and you know what I'm talking about, you understand where I'm coming from. This is more to what's going on than what meets the eye. You have to dig deep, and this is a spiritual warfare. So you need to get your mind right and try to do things to where your spirit is right. Because once you get your spirit right, you're not affected by this as much because you know the truth. You know the truth. So like I said, you know, we truck drivers, we have to, especially the front, I consider frontline truckers is the one that has to get out there and touch that freight. We're the front linemen. Like, you know how in the military, you got people that's frontline, people that's kind of behind the scenes, people that's out here touching that freight. We're the front linesmen. The ones that maybe bump docks or whatever, maybe they behind. Oh, I would just say dispatch could be behind the linesman, because if you out there on that road, I don't care if you bumping docks, you are front line. But people that's out here driving and getting out touching the freight, we're like directly frontline people. We frontline people that is really getting in crosshair fires of with the public. It was so bad the other day. The other day, I had to deliver, of course, to the Family Dollar. And when I pulled up to do my delivery, I had 2 police officers guarding the truck while I unloaded it. That's crazy. Things done got so bad that 2 police cars got to sit and guard the truck while the truck driver's unloading. You know things done got bad. And then things done got bad to where people is sitting here throwing blows over tissue. Who throws blows over tissue? Really? And then people not even buying what they should be buying. Like, okay, you need the tissue, you need your Lysol, you need your hand sanitizer, but what about food? I don't see people buying food. I don't see people buying herbs or medicine. So you telling me if you get sick, you gonna rely on the guy in the blue coat? Most likely they're over capacity filled. They probably can't take you in or give you a ventilator because they don't got enough ventilators for everybody. Well, you can have your own supplies in your house. What about natural healing? All the pressure on these blue coats and doctors. But what happened? Why don't y'all bring in some herbalists? What the blue coats and doctors can't have the means to do, why don't you get the herbalists and natural healers to come in and like make up the difference? That's what my intake would be on that. Because there's so many natural herbalists that could try to help with this, and they could heal it probably a lot easier, or they can heal it just as good as the blue coat and take some of the stress off the healthcare system. But they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that. All right, guys, I thought, like, I'm gonna do my best to try to make videos that is uplifting and truth awareness. That's what I'm gonna try to do while we're going through this. Cause like I said, I'm about trying to uplift people, trying to put smiles on people's face. But at this time, it's gonna be hard trying to put smiles on people's face, because it's nothing really funny about nothing that's going on now. And really a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to say is gonna have to be straight to the point, and it ain't gonna be funny. We just gotta stick together and hold our heads high, man. We gotta hold our heads high and just know the truth. Get through it, be strong until things get back to normal. Things will get back to normal. It will. But everybody has to do their part to stay calm. Because if you don't stay calm and the nation goes into riot, looting, just being uncontrollable, then that's when the government going to have to put martial law in effect to where he's going to make people comply. And making people comply is not going to be pretty. You think people dying from the coronavirus, people going to be dying by the hands of a gun from a National Guard or army person or whoever they got to bring in to control the nation. And before you know it, we're going to lose our constitutional rights and freedom because people done lost their freaking mind. So you have to stay calm for everybody, because if too many people lose it, then we going to lose our freedoms because everybody messing it up for everybody. So, all right, guys, you guys have a lovely day. I'm going to do my best to try to keep these videos coming, and I'm going to try to just uplift as much as I can. But you guys, y'all have a lovely day. Don't let this stress you out, because I'm about to go and read my word as we speak and woosah, meditate. I'm about to do all that good stuff and just enjoy. Look at this. Look at it this way. If you got 2 weeks quarantine, at least you can even make up for spending time with your kids. You can make up for spending time with your spouse. You can even rest your body, because they're going to try to bring in some reliefs to help people that lost their jobs. So they're not just going to leave us out here hanging dry. So that's a good thing to look at. So, all right, guys, y'all have a lovely day. Deuces.